Hello, sunshine, and happy Friday. Yay! Yeah, it's Friday. It's October the 18th. It's a great day here in Central Virginia. Amy, Lacey, and I are happy that you've tuned into Virginia this morning on CBS 6. I'm Bill Bevins.
Good morning to you, Mr. B. Again, I am Amy Lacey. We want to say hi to all of you who are watching us today. It is October 18th, so if you do the math quickly, that means there are 41 days until Thanksgiving. It's coming so quickly, I don't know.
It must be a late Thanksgiving this year.
It is a late Thanksgiving, but this year has just gone by, and the summer went by quickly, but I think the fall has gone by even faster.
Okay, well, let's get this thing going by here. We always enjoy sharing a few highlights of what you're going to see in, a different kind of way. Our Evan Armour will open up our inbox during our Everywhere You Are segment and check out some of the cool pictures and videos that have been sent in. Great moments and adventures that we always look forward to seeing. That's coming up in our second half hour.
There is so much to see and do in Central Virginia and in the surrounding areas. Dave Parker takes us on a tour of the Eastern Shore. His final stop is Cape Charles, one of my favorite places. It's just gorgeous. We will check his latest adventure coming up in just about 15 minutes.
And they performed on our live shows several times over the years, and we hope our schedule aligns so we can get them back in the new year. They met in college and have been jamming out ever since. We'll call this Flashback Friday and look forward to sharing one of their last in-studio performances. Here's a quick sample of Aaron and the Wildfire. Great band from up in Charlottesville.
I love that they've been friends for a long time, because that kind of relationship always translates then on the stage when you're buddies.
They've got new tunes since we recorded that too.
Yeah,
so look forward to that.
They are fantastic. So another fall weekend is upon us. Anything exciting happening in your world?
Well, it's starting to be leaf time now.
It is leaf blowing season, which is its own thing in Central Virginia.
Yeah. So, it always depends on the weather, how wet they are, how much wind we got, the whole thing. But given a chance, I'm going to be out there with them.
Yeah, I think this weekend I'm going to be checking out a U of R football game.
Very cool.
Maybe doing some finishing touches on my daughter's birthday party, which is coming up later this month. So it will be a really good weekend.
Right. Planning ahead, always good.
Well, we do have to take a quick break. We hope to see you in just about 1 minute. Stay with us. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. We hope your week's been great so far, and we do want to thank you for spending a part of your morning with us here. I'm Amy Lacey with Mr. Bill Bevins. Hey, Mr. B.
Good morning and a happy Friday to everyone. It's always a pleasure spending time on our show and learning about all kinds of interesting, fun things. The beauty of this show means that 2 days are never, ever the same.
Which is my favorite part of it, too. I like to say that it is infotainment. We are equal parts information and entertainment, because you can always walk away learning something that you'd never known before. I know I do each and every day.
Learn something all the time, and that's the whole idea. Here's a quick overview of some of what is coming up.
We always look forward to opening up our inbox to showcase some fun submissions. That will be part of our Everywhere You Are segment. Our Evan Armour will do the honors this morning. I can't wait to see what she has in store.
Let's hit the road. Dave Parker takes us on his latest adventure in beautiful Cape Charles. That's still to come up on our Friday morning show. Doesn't that look great?
Oh, it is always beautiful, beautiful there in Cape Charles.
Yeah.
Well, according to the food holiday calendar, today is National Meatloaf Day. If you're looking for a vegan-friendly option, maybe you can substitute ground beef with Impossible meat.
We had turkey meatloaf the other night.
I love turkey meatloaf.
Good.
It's very, very tasty.
All right, in this virtual recipe, the seasoned mom walks us through the steps on putting together one of America's classic comfort foods, a Southern meatloaf creation. Check it out.
the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
Today's Roof Report, sponsored by Roof Renew.
I had called 3 different roofing companies to ask them if they could come out and do repairs, and 2 of them said they don't do repairs. The third one came out and they said they do repairs, but they ended up giving me a quote to replace my entire roof. And I knew that wasn't necessary because our roof is not that old. So because I had searched for roof repair, Roof Renew came up in my feed, and I did some research and I called, and it was just the most wonderful experience dealing with a service organization that I've had. The Roof Renew process did exactly what I needed it to do. The crew touched up all of the cracks before they did the process. Everything was just perfect. I would absolutely recommend Roof Renew because it really enhanced the appearance of my roof. It was just exactly what my roof needed, so I'm very pleased.
Today's Roof Report has been sponsored by Roof Renew.
Welcome back to our Friday edition of Virginia This Morning. If you're looking for places in Virginia that allow you the feeling of getting away from it all, there are plenty to choose from. But there's something special about crossing the Chesapeake Bay and arriving on the Eastern Shore. Dave Parker travels to Cape Charles in this latest installment in his Discover with Dave series.
This segment is sponsored by Rockingham Insurance.
Time. It often feels like it's just flying past us, traveling across a bridge, through a few tunnels, and over a bay offers that gift of separation from obligation. The Eastern Shore can truly feel like a world away. We spent a few days in Cape Charles. Our first stop was the nearby Edward S. Brinkley Nature Preserve, a 1.4-mile flat loop through a meadow of wildflowers and pines, then an elevated boardwalk taking you to this view. Here, looking out on Brockenberry Bay, is where you can hope to see any number of song and shorebirds. Close to the parking lot is a photography blind for more views. Best enjoyed in the fall, it's a short, accessible way to be among some of the area's beauty. When you're back in town, ditch the car for a golf cart at CC Rider Rentals. They're allowed almost everywhere in Cape Charles, and they offer both utility and an added sense of being on vacation. Most visitors will spend some amount of time on Mason Avenue. It's where many of the shops and restaurants are. Edible Picasso was a great choice for lunch. It was good to be back at the Bay Haven Inn, to be able to just sit among the ornate gardens, plied with innumerable thankful visitors. Inside is just as relaxing, especially when you smell the baking of homemade sweet potato biscuits stuffed with ham, ooey gooey French toast, fresh fruit, and bacon for breakfast. It all led to serenity at dusk on a beach mostly to ourselves. The sun setting across the water on a place that seemed so far away from this view, this present moment in time. In Cape Charles, I'm Dave Parker.
Dave, thanks for sharing. For home, auto, and farm insurance, give Rockingham Insurance a call at 800-434-7736 or visit rockingham.insure to find a local agent.
This segment is sponsored by Pentec Flooring by Mr. Fixit.
Ready to upgrade your home? Pentec Flooring is the newest product now offered by Mr. Fixit. Our friend Mark Binstock, the owner of Mr. Fixit, joins us to share some great news. Good to see you.
Great to be here with you.
This is exciting because it's opening up some great opportunities for folks to get a big grade up on their garage floor.
Yeah, you're right. If you've got a concrete garage floor, you have a concrete basement, or even an outside patio, sidewalk, around a pool, we are delighted to be the exclusive company for its manufacturer. It's named Pentec, and they have this amazing coating. So you can, the most common, of course, is garages, because where we live with all the homes and all the attached, or and we love turning that garage from just plain into something gorgeous. When I had it done at my house, my wife was just, holy mackerel, this looks amazing.
So it goes from garage to garage mahal.
Yes, it does. And so many of us use our garage for more than just parking, a car. A lot of us, have either, workout equipment or a workshop or something. But if it's concrete, smooth concrete, we can transform it. And the colors are just stunning. There's so many different varieties of options. It can even do a sports team color. And we can start a rivalry in the family, maybe.
Yeah. Epoxy's been a thing for years now.
Yeah.
Is this an upgrade from that?
It is definitely an upgrade from that. This is not an epoxy floor. This is the next step up. This carries, epoxy doesn't have quite as good of a warranty normally, and it also can potentially have fade issues. So with our polyurea coating from Pentec, from the manufacturer, we can give the customer a get it once, get it done right. That's what we bring to the table, Bill, is as you know, customer satisfaction is super important to us. We are one of the few local companies here that have a big variety of products that we like to do, and love to serve the community for over 54 years. And at the top of our list is, if we're going to recommend something, it's got to be something that not only looks good today, but looks good for many years to come and is durable. Some of the lower cost options in the epoxy world, for example, can peel up. A lot of our customers that we are grinding off the old epoxy, and that's actually part of the process. Is we do a very light amount of grinding that takes a super thin layer of the concrete off, so that when the Pentec product is applied, it bites, and that's why we have that lifetime warranty.
So I had a friend who had epoxy done a couple of years ago. It was a process, and it took forever, and almost had to leave the house because of the fumes.
Yeah.
How long does this take?
So the great news about our process is we'll get it done typically in a day, unless it's a monster garage. I think you've got an 8-car garage with all the sports cars, right? So that might take us, no, I'm just kidding, but that might take us longer. But other than that, the most common 2-car garage, we're in and out in a day. The customer is just amazed at how beautiful it looks, and we love being part of it.
Comes in colors, takes a day, looks gorgeous,
and it's not expensive.
There it is.
No,
Right,
I mean that's like the best part of it is that when it comes to home improvement, a lot of products are way more than this. So it's very affordable.
Lifetime warranty.
And lifetime warranty. How about that?
Fantastic.
Yep.
All right, congratulations.
Yeah.
And folks, obviously a name you trust has got something else that you can put their trust in, and they'll do a fantastic job for you. Right now, $400 off plus 24 months interest free with Pentec Flooring by Mr. Fix-It. You'll find the showroom at 10,189 Maple Leaf Court in Ashland. For more information, give them a call, 804-726-8006, or visit the website, mrfixitva.com. Virginia This Morning returns after a quick break. All right, that fun music always puts a smile on our face. It's so catchy and upbeat. That means it's time for Everywhere You Are.
Yeah, it is just a great segment. Please continue to share your fun moments with us. We love seeing your adventures. Today, our Evan Armour pops the lid off our inbox.
Thanks, Amy and Bill. I've been keeping an eye on our Facebook, our Instagram, our email, and our website to see all of those fun photos and videos that you've sent our way. And I have another batch of them ready to share with you right now. Up first, take a look here. Friend of the show, Carrie Smith. She visited Grand Junction, Colorado. How beautiful is this picture here? While she was there, she got pretty close to a big-horn sheep. Carrie is the owner of Rhythm Ranch Homestead, and we've featured some of her animals on the show in the past. We even visited her homestead for a feature story. Thank you so much for sending these pictures in, Carrie. We hope you had a great time on your trip. Up next, another beautiful view to share with you. Diane from Prince George shared this photo on our Facebook page. She visited Snowshoe, West Virginia, and went to Cass for a train ride all the way to the top of the mountain. She says she had the perfect weather for this trip. We love seeing all those beautiful fall colors there. And another trip to share with you now. Chanel sent in this picture. She enjoyed a vacation in Las Vegas. She was there to celebrate her sister's 55th birthday. They stopped by to chat with these parrots. Chanel says birthday girl Sonia was a little scared of the birds, so she did all the chatting instead. What a great picture there to commemorate this special time for them. Hope you both had a fun birthday celebration, spending it together as sisters. And one more picture to share now from our inbox. Thomas submitted this shot. He attended the Virginia State University homecoming. VSU won the big football game. Then they got to enjoy the homecoming parade together. We love to see it. Thank you so much for sharing this picture with us, Thomas. And that's a look at some of the latest submissions to Everywhere You Are. We love seeing them. Amy and Bill, send it back to you.
We like staying connected to you, our valued friends and viewers of the show. Please keep on sending in your fun and your favorite moments.
All you have to do is upload a high-resolution photo or video to one of our social media channels, or just send us an email to virginiathismorning@wtvr.com. All right, folks, winter, spring, summer, or fall, we love them all. You can enjoy salads all year long, and you can create countless combinations.
Here's a tasty virtual recipe you can put together for your entire family.
Arugula is one of my favorite bases for a salad, and I love this recipe because it can be so different depending on the fruit that you add, and it's perfect for any time of day. Today we're going to be making my arugula and summer fruit salad with a little dash of pecorino on the top. And for my summer fruit today, I'm going to be using some peaches, but you can easily use nectarines. I love using strawberries if you're going to pair this with a brunch. It goes perfect with a quiche, and so it really works with any one of these delicious summer fruits that we have access to right now. So let's get started. We're going to start with our dressing, and I've got my extra virgin olive oil here, and I'm going to add some fresh squeezed lemon juice. And I've got some oregano here, and I always use fresh herbs, and I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. I've got some fresh thyme here, and these have been destemmed and chopped. I've got some onion powder, and you can also use fresh shallots on it, but if you don't have any on hand, onion powder works great. I've got the zest from the one lemon that I've squeezed here, and of course a little bit of sea salt. And that's it. We're gonna go ahead and whisk this together. Now, you can do this in a jar, you can shake it together, you can do it in a blender, whatever you wanna do. I find a bowl works really well, and you can always kind of give it a stir before you use it. So that's our dressing, and let's move back over to our salad. So of course we've got our arugula base, and I've got my nectarines and peaches here. So again, you can use whatever fruit you want. I've got some heart of palm, and I really love the texture that this gives the salad. Makes it a little heartier, and it pairs really well with a steak even if you wanted to. And I've got my fresh cut avocado here, and I put avocado in everything. It gives it some really nice healthy fats, really creamy texture, and that's it. We're just gonna give this a good toss. And now you can either put your dressing on it now and toss it together. This is a great salad that if you want to make ahead of time, if you're going to have a barbecue, you can always make it, pop it in the fridge, keep the dressing separate. It keeps really, really well. You can, again, use it on its own, eat it with a steak, have it for brunch. Such a versatile salad, so hearty. I absolutely love it. And you can find this recipe on my blog, thetrailtohealth.com, and you can find other healthy and delicious recipes in my cookbook, Wandering Palette, which is available on my website and Amazon as well. Brussels sprouts are a vegetable that you think of only to get roasted, but today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious salad that uses them shaved and raw, and it's going to completely change the way you look at Brussels sprouts. Now, I've gone ahead and shaved my Brussels sprouts in my food processor. Now, you can even buy them shaved at the grocery store now, but it's quite easy to do on your own. You just trim the edges and get them into a nice leafy texture, and they're ready to go. Now we're gonna start with our dressing, and the dressing is what really ties this salad together. Now we're gonna go ahead and get started with our olive oil base here, and I've got olive oil and my Meyer lemon juice that I'm gonna go ahead and pour in here, and I've got my zest of that same lemon, and I've got some chopped shallots here that I'm gonna add, and of course a little bit of sea salt. And now we've got our herbs. I've got some fresh chopped rosemary and some fresh chopped tarragon. Now I wish you could smell this. The herbs smell absolutely delicious, and I'm gonna go ahead and whisk this together, and that's our dressing. It's just gonna be set aside here while we put our salad together. Now I've got my salad base that we've already talked about, and I've got 1 Honeycrisp apple, and I've gone ahead and put a little bit of lemon juice on here just so that it doesn't turn brown, and also adds a little extra citrus to the dressing and the salad. And I've got some dried cranberries here and some pecans. Now the textures are going to be delicious because you've got that tartness from the cranberries that kind of soften it up, and then the crisp from the apples, and of course the pecans. And I like to use a fork to mix this together just because that way the shaved Brussels sprouts kind of go through the fork and let you toss the salad a little bit better. And that's it. We've got our salad ready to go, and now we are gonna put our dressing on and go ahead and give that a good toss here. And for this part, since we want to get the dressing everywhere, I like to use a rubber spatula. And that is it. Our salad has come together so quickly. It's a pretty hearty salad. It keeps pretty well. And you know, since it's so hearty on its own, you can eat this as an easy weeknight dinner, or you can pair this with a nice fish or meat, and it pairs perfectly. So you can get this recipe on my website. It's thetrailtohealth.com, and you can find other healthy and delicious recipes in my cookbook, Wandering Palate, which is available on my website and on Amazon as well.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
All right, that fun music always puts a smile on our face. It's so catchy and upbeat. That means it's time for Everywhere You Are.
Yeah, it is just a great segment. Please continue to share your fun moments with us. We love seeing your adventures. Today, our Evan Armour pops the lid off our inbox.
Thanks, Amy and Bill. I've been keeping an eye on our Facebook, our Instagram, our email, and our website to see all of those fun photos and videos that you've sent our way, and I have another batch of them ready to share with you right now. Up first, take a look here. Friend of the show, Carrie Smith. She visited Grand Junction, Colorado. How beautiful is this picture here? While she was there, she got pretty close to a bighorn sheep. Carrie is the owner of Rhythm Ranch Homestead, and we've featured some of her animals on the show in the past. We even visited her homestead for a feature story. Thank you so much for sending these pictures in, Carrie. We hope you had a great time on your trip. Up next, another beautiful view to share with you. Diane from Prince George shared this photo on our Facebook page. She visited Snowshoe, West Virginia, and went to Cass for a train ride all the way to the top of the mountain. She says she had the perfect weather for this trip. We love seeing all those beautiful fall colors there. And another trip to share with you now. Chanel sent in this picture. She enjoyed a vacation in Las Vegas. She was there to celebrate her sister's 55th birthday. They stopped by to chat with these parrots. Chanel says birthday girl Sonia was a little scared of the birds, so she did all the chatting instead. What a great picture there to commemorate this special time for them. Hope you both had a fun birthday celebration, spending it together as sisters. And one more picture to share now from our inbox. Thomas submitted this shot. He attended the Virginia State University homecoming. VSU won the big football game. Then they got to enjoy the homecoming parade together. We love to see it. Thank you so much for sharing this picture with us, Thomas. And that's a look at some of the latest submissions to Everywhere You Are. We love seeing them. Amy and Bill, send it back to you.
We like staying connected to you, our valued friends and viewers of the show. Please keep on sending in your fun and your favorite moments.
All you have to do is upload a high-resolution photo or video to one of our social media channels, or or just send us an email to virginiathismorning@wtvr.com. All right, folks, winter, spring, summer, or fall, we love them all. You can enjoy salads all year long, and you can create countless combinations.
Here's a tasty virtual recipe you can put together for your entire family.
Arugula is one of my favorite bases for a salad, and I love this recipe because it can be so different depending on the fruit that you add, and it's perfect for any time of day. Today we're going to be making my arugula and summer fruit salad with a little dash of pecorino on the top. And for my summer fruit today, I'm going to be using some peaches, but you can easily use nectarines. I love using strawberries if you're going to pair this with a brunch. It goes perfect with a quiche, and so it really works with any one of these delicious summer fruits that we have access to right now. So let's get started. We're going to start with our dressing, and I've got my extra virgin olive oil here, and I'm going to add some fresh squeezed lemon juice. And I've got some oregano here, and I always use fresh herbs, and I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. I've got some fresh thyme here, and these have been destemmed and chopped. I've got some onion powder, and you can also use fresh shallots on it, but if you don't have any on hand, onion powder works great. I've got the zest from the one lemon that I've squeezed here, and of course a little bit of sea salt. And that's it. We're gonna go ahead and whisk this together. Now, you can do this in a jar, you can shake it together, you can do it in a blender, whatever you wanna do. I find a bowl works really well, and you can always kind of give it a stir before you use it. So that's our dressing, and let's move back over to our salad. So of course we've got our arugula base, and I've got my nectarines and peaches here. So again, you can use whatever fruit you want. I've got some heart of palm, and I really love the texture that this gives the salad. Makes it a little heartier, and it pairs really well with a steak even if you wanted to. And I've got my fresh cut avocado here, and I put avocado in everything. It gives it some really nice healthy fats, really creamy texture, and that's it. We're just gonna give this a good toss. And now you can either put your dressing on it now and toss it together. This is a great salad that if you want to make ahead of time, if you're going to have a barbecue, you can always make it, pop it in the fridge, keep the dressing separate. It keeps really, really well. You can, again, use it on its own, eat it with a steak, have it for brunch. Such a versatile salad, so hearty. I absolutely love it. And you can find this recipe on my blog, thetrailtohealth.com, and you can find other healthy and delicious recipes in my cookbook, Wandering Palette, which is available on my website and Amazon as well.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
Thanks for staying with us through the break. You have a chance to make a difference and make strides against breast cancer. Lace up your sneakers and come on out tomorrow, Saturday, October 19th. It's a new location this year happening at Monroe Park. The mission is to support breast cancer survivors, warriors, caregivers, and to fund the critical research that will hopefully end breast cancer in our communities. Here's all the information. CBS 6 anchor Reba Hollingsworth will MC this event again this year. You can join CBS 6 Community Team Reba. Scan the QR code on your screen to join Reba and the movement. CBS 6 is proud to be a part of this annual campaign, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. Mr. B, what's coming up next?
All right, folks, here we go. How do these sound? Snickerdoodle ice cream sandwiches, red velvet sandwich cookies, cinnamon bun apple pie. Wow, they sound pretty amazingly delicious to me. They are in total of 75 baking recipes that you can try at home. Our Evan Armour talked with the editorial director of the Baking Cookbook.
We all love a good fall recipe, and our next guest just released a new cookbook full of dozens of them that you can make at home for the season. It's called Baking for Fun, 75 great cookies, cakes, pies, and more. We welcome its author, Miley Carpenter, to the show. She's Food Network Magazine's editor-in-chief and a best-selling author. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming back to be with us on Virginia This Morning.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Well, congratulations on this new cookbook. Very exciting. Tell us a little bit about it and what made you want to write this one.
Thanks. Yes, we're very excited. This is Baking for Fun. We've just done a couple of kids books, and we realized that adults should have some fun too. All the fun baking we have put into the kids books. I was like, wait a second, so many adults bake for fun, not because they have to, just for the fun of baking. So that's what this book is all about. It's literally zero stress. It's all very simple stuff, and it's just for people who truly love to bake.
Why is it so important to make it fun? Because I do hear some people who say like, oh, they're a little intimidated by baking, or I can cook, but I don't know about baking. Why is it so important to make it fun?
I think there's this perception that baking you have to be, precise. There's a little bit of that, but it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be stressful. And I think some people go all out and do things that are kind of intimidating as their first try. This will really it's so simple. Anyone can do it. Kids, adults, anybody, first time bakers, no problem. It's good for emergencies. I'm not even making this up. Last night during dinner, my 15-year-old said, oh, by the way, there's a bake sale tomorrow at school, and I forgot to tell you. And I was like, I need 24 hours. But that's when I turned to this. And it's like, there's so many choices you can turn around with ingredients that are already at home, get it done in an hour, and you're out the door with brownies.
Oh my gosh. Well, she's lucky that you were there. There are 75 recipes in this book. I see a bunch of things in front of us. Tell us what you're going to show us how to make today.
Yes, well, it's fall baking season. I always want to bake in the fall. Like the minute the weather turns, you just want to get into the kitchen and bake something. We have a few fun things. The first I was going to show you is, we call it a jelly donut cupcake. I mean, truth be told, it's just jelly inside a cupcake, a little surprise inside, but you give it a fun name and people want to eat it. So we call it a jelly donut cupcake. But this is a trick you can use with any cupcake. And I think people should think about doing this because it really kind of steps up your game. You just make a slit in the cupcake, and you could put almost anything inside. Nutella, lemon curd. We're using here some seedless jam. Make a little slit, and then you just squeeze some jam in until the cupcake feels like it's maybe about to explode. And then you ice it. And then, like I said, it just looks like a normal cupcake. But when people take it, they find that fun surprise in the center. So that's an easy trick. And then I'm going to show you these whoopie pies, which I love because I feel like whoopie pies are always like the size of my head, and we downsize them to be like the appropriate size. Whoopie pie is sort of a fun cross between a cookie and a cake. And these are perfect for fall because they're pumpkin spice flavored. It's PSL season. This year, can you believe the PSL showed up so early? I think it came August 20-something.
It was so early. I feel like half of people love that and other half are like, oh man, but I'm a fan, so I'm loving this.
Too soon. Oh, you're okay with the summer PSL? Well, now it's actually pumpkin spice latte season. So these are pumpkin spice whoopie pies. And so we have a nice little filling in here. And then, just for fun, again, it's that fun element, we put some nonpareils on the outside. You can do this to any dessert. I use it to cover the mistakes on my cake. Like if you don't do a very good job frosting your cake, just stick nonpareils all over it. It'll cover any mistake. And it looks fun and festive. And then these, I love. This is, again, like sort of emergency bake sale material. These are kind of the standard chocolate chip cookie you've made your whole life, but we just upped your game a little bit and used dark chocolate chips and some toffee chips, which I feel like are an underused baking ingredient. Those little toffee chips you can buy, and they're right with the chocolate chips. And then to kind of step this up a little bit, we're just going to drizzle them with a little white chocolate. So you melt some white chocolate on the stove and drizzle the cookies. And it's just like, it just makes it look a little bit fancier for a potluck or a bake sale. And again, sprinkle nonpareils on there if you want to make it a little more festive. You could do it for a game night. If you had a football team, choose the colors of your team and sprinkle those nonpareils. So many options.
I love that. Those all look so good. And I do remember last time you were here on the show, you were talking about your kids' cookbook, but this really seems to me like families could do this together. You could bring the kids in to work on these recipes, right?
Yes, and I do. I recruit them all the time, but their friends come over. I have like a whole baking drawer for them, but we do get everyone involved. And, I think it helps in general with them wanting to just be in the kitchen and cook. And there's such a sense of satisfaction when you can produce something great. And I swear to you, these are all very simple, easy to pull off.
I believe it. 75 recipes in this book. You showed us 3 great ones this morning. Thank you so much. And congratulations again. Hopefully everyone will go out and pick up the book and get cooking. Fall is here.
Great. Yes, it's here. Good to see you.
And as always, we'll share the link on our show website, virginiathismorning.com.
This segment is sponsored by Plexiderm.
I know a lot of our viewers have taken the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge over the years to shrink your under eye bags and wrinkles from view. And if you haven't given it a try, well, our friend, lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us about the new $14.95 Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Good to see you, my friend.
Oh, so happy to be here, Bill. I love seeing you guys, and you know I love Virginia as much as I love the Plexiderm, because if you were to see me without this, you wouldn't believe the difference.
You know what? It's interesting because we've been talking for years about this, and now we're seeing, other folks trying to imitate what you guys have done over the years. Can we go through it and show us some pictures, because it really does tell a great story?
Yes, I love these before and afters, because these are the results you can expect to see. They're real people. We brought them in, set up the camera, and basically filmed them doing it and took pictures of their before and afters. Now, what this is it's a simple serum you do in the convenience and privacy of your own home. Thank God, because I don't like injections. It takes 10 minutes and then lasts up to 10 hours as long as you don't get it wet. Makes you look more youthful, more refreshed, and like you had the best sleep of your life.
It really does make a big difference. And of course, we're seeing both men and women in those pictures. And years ago, I remember when we first started talking about this, it was kind of like, oh yeah, men can do this too. Now it's like, yeah, men can do this too. It's really caught on.
Well, this is the thing. Men want to look good and feel good. And the thing about Plexiderm, no residue, goes on completely natural. Nobody is going to know you're using it, but it works. So my dad gave it a try. He loves trying new products. He loves it because nothing gets rid of those under eye bags, especially makeup. It makes them look worse. My husband does a lot of camera work, so he'll run and grab the Plexiderm. The thing is what it does is it creates an invisible layer that tightens and smooths the skin right before your eyes. So it disappears, and the fact that it lasts up to 10 hours, you look like a youthful version of yourself.
All right, so you said one key phrase there when you were talking. You said it works, and I know you've had some studies to kind of back that up.
Yes, 2 studies, one on the effectiveness and one on how long it lasted. They saw an 80% reduction around the eye area. That is the top #1 reason why people use Plexiderm. They saw a 74% reduction around the mouth area and an 85% reduction around the forehead area. That's where I use it. I use it for my forehead lines and my dark circles. I had done an internet search how to get rid of those forehead lines. It said pretty much by injection only, but I think you need to give Plexiderm a try first. And how long it lasted? 10 hours, as long as you don't get it wet.
One of my key sayings I've said all my life since I was very young was, keep smiling. Well, I have. And then we've got this stuff going on. So there's a price to pay for that. And Plexiderm works great on that as well.
Absolutely. Plexiderm works on all areas of the face and the chin, mouth, and neck area as well, which you think about it, a lot of times our face doesn't have too many fine lines and wrinkles, but you look at our neck and that really shows our age. Well, good news, Plexiderm works there too.
And at the end of the day, it just washes right off.
Yes, easy to put on, easy to take off. This is Laura that you'll be seeing. She's one of my favorites. These are the results you can expect to see. And let me tell you, if it's the first time you're applying it, take a before and after picture, watch it happen. It's 10 minutes. I am telling you, it is going to make you speechless. To this day, I never get used to the transformations. They're so amazing to see.
Always good seeing our friend Annette. And thank you for giving us this great information. And we're going to give the folks some information now, Annette. All right, folks, let's give you, the listener, a chance to try Plexiderm and take the 10-minute challenge today. You can try Plexiderm for just $14.95. Plus, shipping is free by visiting plexidermtrial.com or call the number on the screen again. Go to plexiderm.com or call 1-800-925-0233 and stick around. Virginia This Morning returns right after this. Well, welcome back to our Friday show.
We want to say a big thank you to all of our guests that we featured this week on Virginia This Morning. And we send a huge virtual hug to our valued friends and viewers of the show. We sincerely appreciate that you've been with us each day this week.
And as a special treat, today we're going to leave you with a Flashback Friday music video. This is a very talented group of college friends that travel up and down the East Coast with their unique harmonies.
For your listening enjoyment, this is Aaron and the Wildfire with Meant for Me. Have a safe and wonderful weekend. The show returns on Monday at 8:56 a.m. We hope to see you then.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
You played a song that I wanted to be for me. You played it right at me. I felt her eyes